Rico, I got to tell you, that's one of my favorite ever Hatchet-isms. Colored is fine. So I feel very honored that I'm filling in for Mike today, and you guys led with that. Thank you.
I had nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay.
Neither did I.
Why is everybody looking at me? I didn't do anything.
Well,
Blame Gator.
I definitely didn't put that in there.
Okay.
What's going on, everybody? So no Mike today. He's back on Monday. Well, we're going to have TJ at 3 o'clock. And I know TJ's all fired up about the Jared Goff play. I know TJ's been yapping on social media. And now you saw what happened with NFL Films. They put out that hit piece on Brian Branch. I know TJ has strong thoughts on that as well. He'll join us at 3.
Yeah, I have some questionable thoughts on that. I don't know if that's real or not.
You think that's AI?
In this day and age of AI, yes, because
It was their account, though. They got like 500,000 followers.
doesn't mean that somebody couldn't put it up on their site.
Weirdest thing ever.
No. I guess because it's like, who does a hit piece on Brian Branch? Who in the NFL really cares that much about Brian Branch outside the city of Detroit?
Is that the NFL's way of fighting back after Dan Campbell went on the morning show and said, no, the NFL probably lied to you?
This is the epitome of never let a one-day story turn into a two-day story.
Well, it's not really a story, though. Like, nobody national's talking about it.
Well,
That's what makes it a story.
We'll get to that.
Yes. All right, so TJ Lang at 3 o'clock. All right, the big news, though, from last night to tonight is the John Heyman article that apparently the Tigers are $250 million away from trying to sign Tarik Skubal. Then Evan Petzold comes out today in the Free Press, and Petzold was the first one to report that non-competitive offer, remember?
Yeah.
And he said that offer was somewhere to the likes of 4 years, just shy of $100 million. And if you read the Petzold article, he believes that the Tigers and Tarik Skubal / Scott Boras are probably like $300 million apart. So either way you look at it, we already knew this was going to happen. The Tigers are not going to extend them. Skubal's not going to be a Tiger for life. I think most people are okay with it. But now that the numbers come out, Rico, I have a question I want to ask everybody, and I think the answer is different from everybody. But how do the Tigers win this? How does Detroit win this thing so when it's all said and done, they come out looking as good as they possibly can? Because they can trade them. And they can win it like that if you get prospects or proven players that help your everyday ball club. They could play with them and make the ALCS or the World Series. And, yeah, you get a comp pick at the end of it. But, damn it, you made the ALCS or World Series and you did it with him. Or you simply can extend them, I guess. But we know that's not going to happen. How did the Tigers at the end of the day come out as winners?
Rieger, the only way the Tigers come out as winners is if I think they re-sign him. But you'll be a temporary winner. People will be happy because you kept your Cy Young Award, back-to-back Cy Young Award winning pitcher here. But other than that, unless you get a king's ransom in a trade, which I don't think you're going to get, look, if you came out and told me that they pulled a Bregman and they put an offer out there and he just turned it down, I guess maybe. But I think the only way they win is if they somehow retain him. Because if you trade him, you don't know what you got. You don't know if you won that trade for another 3-4 years maybe.
I think there's two ways to win. I think if you trade him and you get a nice package in return and those players end up playing pivotal roles at your major league club, I think you turn out to be a winner. And I think people are already starting to turn against Tarik Skubal. I also think you win if you keep him, which I think you should do. I think you should keep him and go to war and maybe, dare I say, sign a Bichette, sign a Bregman, sign a Dylan Cease as another starter, and try to win with him because he's under contract. And hopefully you go to the ALCS or the World Series. I have a stat for you, and I do think it's important. This is from Petzold. And the last 2 seasons, Tarik Skubal, when he starts a game, the Tigers are 42-20. Pretty damn good, right? Mm-hmm. Every other start, the non-Skubal starts, The Tigers are 131 and 131. The guy is important. I know
He's
people
very
are
important.
kind of agitated with him right now, but you know what? I'm going to keep him, and I think that's how the Tigers win if they make it far enough. Now, if they keep him and have to trade him at the deadline and you don't get as much, Tigers are
Man,
losers.
you can't trade him at the deadline.
Right.
You'll get nothing.
Yeah, but if you're
You'll
out
get
of it, you
nothing.
got to trade him.
You'll get nothing.
Understood, but that's why the Tigers are losers.
That's when you fall flat on your face, and
Correct.
it would be the most egregious mismanagement of talent, I probably think, in Detroit history. And I'm not trying to exaggerate. That you could have gotten something from here years ago, and you end up trading them away for somebody's 6th and 7th farm prospect.
I still think you would get a decent amount,
I
just
don't
not
think you'll
the
get
amount that you
anything,
would get
Rieger,
right now.
because it would be pennies on the dollar. Because the other team knows he's a rental.
Understood, but there'd be enough teams that would want to win a World Series with Tarik Skubal, at least for as a rental, that you would still have a bidding war. So I still think you'd get something, but I agree with you. You'd be a loser.
Okay, so you get Dollar Tree and Dollar General.
You-
Way to go.
I like Five Below better, to tell you
Okay.
the truth. But you'd be a loser in that regard if you sign him long term and his arm blows out or he isn't as good. You'd be a loser too. So how do the Tigers actually win this thing? It's a bad situation to be put in. The second thing I wanted to ask you, Rico, and we could hit the calls. But I have a theory. You could tell me if I'm wrong. The people can tell me if I'm wrong. I think people wanted to keep Tarik Skubal until a week ago today when he came out at 99 pitches. I think the fact that he didn't come out for the 7th inning rubbed people so wrong, and then it was only added to when they saw Max Scherzer yesterday beg Schneider to stay in the game.
Hey, and Beck Schneider, he pretty much said,
Get the hell out of here.
Right. You can leave.
Right. Well, you also saw Yamamoto throw a complete game for the Dodgers. People are like, why couldn't Skubal do that? And then I also saw Freddie Peralta for the Brewers. He went up to Pat Murphy. He took him behind the tunnel, and he's like, dude, give me one more inning. It was game 2, I want to say. And Murphy said, fine. They did a whole big story about it. And then he came out, and unfortunately, he did give up a home run. But I think because Skubal did not even campaign, that we know, to stay in the game on Friday, I truly believe Detroiters have gone from, I want him to be a Tiger for life, to whatever. If he goes, he goes. Am I wrong about that?
No,
I truly believe this.
Rieger, I don't think you are. I think that it's still too soon. It still hurts because a lot of people say if he goes out and pitches in the 7th inning, Tigers are probably playing right now. They would be playing or tied up at 2 games apiece against the Blue Jays. But he didn't. And then, that's when Seattle comes in. They score the run. He struck out, was it Cal Raleigh? He's still throwing 100 miles an hour.
Yeah, 101.
And it's like, well, dude, you still got something left. Like
14 in a row, 10 strikeouts.
Right, this is game 5. What are you preparing for? Opening day? Like, come on, man. All season long, you had this arbitrary pitch count. At some point in the playoffs, can't you just throw that out there and just do this for the team? Do this for the city. Do this for all your fans. Just go out there. Even if you say, AJ, if I get in trouble, I need a quick hook.
Oh, AJ would have loved that, but I don't think he ever campaigned.
I do think that people have now kind of it hurts a little bit because you don't see that grit, and it's Detroit. I mean, when you look at all of the great Detroit teams, they had a little grittiness to them. It doesn't seem like he had that. It was almost like it was preordained. At the end of 6, don't care where we're at in the game. I'm out of here. I'll be in the dugout. You guys take it from there.
I actually think, and I'm not saying the Tigers are trying to make Skubal look bad, but I truly believe the public perception has shifted from give the man whatever he wants, he's the best we've had or the best since JV and Max, you got to keep him a Tiger. I think it's shifted from that to I don't care if he leaves because of Friday night and because more of those instances are going to happen where you want him to go out for further pitches and he doesn't. So I wonder if Friday was a deal breaker for Detroit. I think it was.
And then also, Rieger, I think you're touching upon it. So does this mean, let's say you sign him for another, let's just say a 7-year deal, that he's going to tap out at the 6th inning of every game he pitches? He'll never give you that big game. We'll never tell the story about how Skubal threw that complete game. It's always going to be play it, Mr. Let's be safe about it. Keep it under 100 pitches, keep it under 6 innings, and that's it. I think people have a problem because that's my deal breaker. That's why if I'm Scott Ayers, I can't pay you, dude, because I need if I'm going to pay you to be the man, I need you to go out there and be the man. And you'll get the money.
He has been the man.
No. But when I need you to step up in a moment, the playoffs are where people make.
I agree.
It's where they get their legacy.
I agree with you.
I mean, it is. I mean, Vlad Jr. is like, he's going to be adored, especially if Toronto goes on and win. Like, he's crushing the ball. Like, this is where you become who you are. And unfortunately, in that moment, you chose to opt out and just sit the 7th inning out and let everybody else take it over.
248-539-9797. The ticket text, the exact same number. 2 questions. How do the Tigers come away looking good? Like, what has to happen for them to look like they've won the Tarik Skubal, I would say sweepstakes, but it's a disaster. Let's be honest. And it's not the Tigers' fault. It's not.
It's not really a sweepstakes. Right now, you're just bidding against yourself.
How did the Tigers not look awful? That's number 1. And then number 2, did Friday ruin it for you? Was that a deal breaker on Tarik Skubal because he didn't come back out for the 7th inning, as Rico said, after having retired 14 in a row, 10 strikeouts, and throwing 101 to the big dumper? Also, Kenny has something to say.
I think we may be looking at this a little bit backwards, and I'll get to why.
Oh.
That's right.
He plays the open song. He drops the Kenny, you keep this up.
I didn't play the open, so what are you talking about?
Kenny, you keep this up, and you'll be doing BET ads.
Well, he can't take those from David.
Well.
Go watch the BET programming.
What days, Kenny?
You know what? 97-1.